Hey, good morning and welcome to Breakthrough Walls. I'm Ken Walls and I'm your host. And today I have a guy, you guys are going to love this dude. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This guy changed my life 2 weeks ago. And I can't wait for you guys to hear how he did it and who he is and what his story is about. So stay with us. We'll be right back. And we are back. Let me bring Robbie Summers on the show. Robbie, dude, welcome, man.
Ken, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Dude, you need some coffee or something. Get your energy up.
I gotta do something to tone myself down. For sure. It's my wife constantly says I have two like modes. It's either 100% go, or it's I'm out. I'm sound asleep, Ken. So it's one or the other. So whichever one you want on the show, you tell me. I can sleep or I can be, you let me know.
Dude, you're freaking awesome, man. So, look, I started this show 3 years ago, and it's I did it to help people get unstuck. And I think that we all go through it in life where we hit those moments where we go, oh, ouch, I don't know if I can get through this. And so I think we can heal by hearing how other people got through it. That's what this is all about, man. So why don't you tell everybody where you're born and raised?
Hey, man, I am Idaho native. I was born in Idaho. I grew up in I tell everybody I grew up in Boise, Idaho, but because nobody knows where Emmett, Idaho's at. Little small hick town outside of Boise, and just an old Idaho farm boy. And I think I'm in good company because Jim Rohn was an Idaho farm boy. So it's all right for me to be from Idaho, right?
Yeah, that's right. Now, I did hear not long ago that I used to always say it's Boise, but it's not Boise.
You know that you're a out of towner if you Boise with the Z. It's which it's not proper English, but yeah,
it's not proper English.
Useless trivia. Boise is French, and in French, les bois means the trees because there's trees just everywhere around here, and so it's a beautiful little place.
Wow. So I've heard that. I've never been there, but I've heard that it's pretty amazing.
We're gonna change that soon, Ken. I think you need to get out here to Idaho and come hang out with us for sure.
I'm looking forward to that, actually. So Robbie, growing up for you, what was it like growing up for you? Did you have any challenges as a kid, or was life just a walk in the park, pretty easy, no challenges?
So I've got two big brothers and two little sisters. And I don't know, you go back and you read like psychology books and things like that everybody says the middle child is and then you look at it and the third child. So I've got middle child syndrome and third child syndrome, which is probably why I'm so loud, because I had two big brothers. They were close in age and they hung out, and I got two little sisters. They were close in age and they hung out. And for me to be heard, I had to yell and speak up. And my mom still says that it wouldn't matter how much attention she gave me, it wouldn't have been enough if I would have been an only child. But I don't know about that. But I grew up, great family, and my dad and mom are my heroes and just fantastic people. But we faced a lot of challenges and a lot of things that and when you think about it, it wasn't anything that it was catastrophic or tragic or anything like that. But it really was, my parents wanted to provide us with a really good place to grow up in a small town, and people with good, down home values and things like that. And it was, that some of the things that my parents taught me, I remember I just graduated sixth grade, or graduated. I just finished sixth grade, going into seventh grade, and my, we'd go school clothes shopping every year. My mom and dad were like, "Hey, Robbie, you're turning 12 this year. You need to pay for your own school clothes." I'm like, "Well, I'm 12.
You need to what? Pay for
my own school clothes this year." Yeah. and so I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." And it was like, "Well, you can wear all of your older brother's hand-me-downs, or you can go out and figure it out on your." And I don't know still, even to this day, if it was because my parents were just broke, which might have been the case right then, or if it was more, which I really am grateful for it now at this point, because it just instilled, a work ethic in me, and making sure that I'm putting the time in to do the things that I want to do. And I don't know, Ken, do you guys know what topping corn is?
Topping corn?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's kind of crazy.
We have corn here, like a lot of it.
Lots of corn in Ohio, right?
Everywhere you look, yes.
So they grow a ton of seed in Idaho, and what you do is they cross-pollinate it, and so you've got to pull all the tassels out of 4 rows, and then there's a row next to the 4 rows on each side, and that cross-pollinates them. And that's what I did when I was 12 years old. I walked up and down the cornfields, and they cross-pollinate them and make seed. And that was one of the very first things that I ever did as far as a job to make money. And I think I made $200 or $300 and made enough money to pay for my own school clothes. And it was a good experience though. So as far as growing up and challenges, it really, really blessed with my parents and the things that they instilled in me, and really grateful to them. I've talked to my parents a number of times about their marriage and how they figured things out and worked through things. And one of the things that my parents said is, we have friends that have been through every single problem that we've been through, and have got a divorce, and we've been through all the same problems, and we just choose and find a way to stick together. And so, one of the biggest things I think my parents taught me is that when times get tough, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's at a job, whether it's with your business, whether it's with a coworker, that you either find a way to change it and make it better, or you sometimes there's some real value in just sometimes trudging through things. Sometimes life is a little bit of a trudge, and it's hard work. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. And so I could go on and on about my parents and the things that they taught me, but fantastic family, and grew up there, and just a lot of, call it down home values, or things that they were wanting to do and instill in me.
That's awesome, dude. I love the fact that you had to buy your own school clothes, man. But I also am familiar with the resentment that comes with that at 12. I mean, you're like, what? So you ended up, I'm sure you graduated high school, and did you go to college?
Yeah. Well, so it was kind of funny. I got involved in sales, and really my whole life I've done some form of sales one way or another. And Ken, I think we all do as well. That if you really look at it and you think, what are people doing, that everything in life is some sort of a sale one way or another. And so many people look at that and they think it's this bad, terrible thing, but it's such a good thing that to look at sales and to do this. And I lost my train of thought, Ken. What?
I'm reading Justin Benton's comment. Time for another bookshelf. Because I gave you full screen, dude. You need some more bookshelves.
Justin, one of the things I do, and we might even talk about, I build a lot of things, and I'm going to finish out the shelves below, because that's just a part of my my bookshelf, and it looks crooked. Is my camera crooked? Okay. Yeah, but
Sure.
what was the question? I'm so sorry.
I don't. I said, did you go to college?
Oh yeah. Okay. So so yeah, I got involved in sales, and I didn't go to college right out of school or right out of high school. I actually went and served a mission for my church for 2 years, and got home and was like, hey, I can go and make money doing sales and not go to school. But I've always had, and just like you look at the books and things behind me, they're not just pretty and they don't just look good. They, just about every single one of them. I just got some brand new ones that I haven't actually jumped into yet. Like these two, I haven't read them, but everything you see back there behind me, I've read, I study, I love it. But when I was about 30, I thought to myself, I, for some reason or another, wanted a formal education. And I went to school, graduated from Southern New Hampshire University, got a master's degree in education. And it was later on in life, and it was more one of those things that didn't necessarily go and do it to get a job or to get a promotion or anything like that. I mean, you get done with college and you know, your first job, 40, 50 grand a year. And I'm sitting there and, hey, I'm making, 150, 200 grand a year. Why on earth would I go and take a job in my industry? So it was more something for me just because I want the learning and the growth. And so, that was a long answer to did I go to college? Yes, I did.
So, but wait, so you got into sales though immediately, pretty much.
Yeah, I really, really did. In fact, going back even earlier than my first job, I was like 11 years old and wanted to go to Boy Scout camp. And I went to my dad, and it was, I don't know, like $150 or something like that. And my dad was like, awesome, I want you to go to Boy Scout camp too. Go make your own money. I was like, wow. Well, how am I going to do that? And he said, well, he managed an electrical wholesale place where they sell wire and light bulbs and fixtures and things like that. And said go and do it. And I said, well, what am I going to do? He said, well, go sell light bulbs on the street. And I walked around. We lived in a little small town, so it was very safe. And that it was like 30 years ago, so different world. Yeah. But right. I walked in and said, hey, I'm selling light bulbs. Go to Boy Scout camp. Do you want to buy them? And that was my, and then I would just sit there like, which is the power of silence, Ken, in sales is unbelievable and amazing. Because you just, hey, I'm going to Boy Scout camp. You want to buy some light bulbs so I can go? Yeah, I'll take 5. And so I made enough money, and I tell everybody it's just because I was a cute kid, but that might not be the truth. So it was something that I did, and just getting out and getting in front of people and being around them was just something that from a very, very early age I started doing. And through high school, I worked at a furniture store, and I did deliveries, but I did sales with them as well. And you go out and you talk about God for 2 years on a mission. Talk about the ultimate hard sale. And you really think about that, because you go in and you talk to somebody, and people are changing their lives, and it's something that you want it to be permanent, and it's not a monetary transaction, but it's I think that's much harder than a monetary transaction. And got home and then said, hey, I like that, and I like being around people and talking to people, and got started with a guy named A.D. Kessler about 22 years ago, and became really good, and met up with Russell about 13 years ago, and wow. Life has been good. Yeah.
So when you and you're the vice president of sales at ClickFunnels. I remember I told a story. I drove to Dallas to speak at the same event that you and I met at, and with Chaz Wilson, the Connect event. And I walked.
Wasn't it so good to actually have live people around?
Oh
Ken?
my gosh, dude. It was freaking amazing. It was amazing. I highly recommend it, by the way. So, so dude, I remember I walk in, I just like, finally I'm here. I walk in, I feel like I'd just been through the washer and dryer cycle. And I see the back of Chaz, like, and I kind of walk over to see it because him and I had never met in person. And he comes over and gives me a hug, and you come walking over, and I'm like, this dude looked like he just like got off the streets. He was wearing these camo shorts or something. And I was like, Chaz, why are you hanging out with the homeless guy? I'm kidding. But I thought you're very unassuming, and you're just a humble, good dude. And Chaz introduces us. I shake your hand, and then Chaz's like, I've got some other things to do. And I'm like, he's leaving me with the homeless guy.
He's bailing on you, right?
He's bailing
on you.
And he goes, oh, by the way, Robbie's the vice president of sales with ClickFunnels. And I was like, what? Like, it blew me away, dude. You have a different energy than what I would picture most VPs of sales having, man. You're incredible. So, being down there, meeting you literally changed my life. I mean, let's just be honest here. And you, I'm curious because I watched you and Russell in the high ticket funnel training. And I'm not all the way through it, but I've seen a lot of it. And it's funny. Russell says that they were doing everything wrong and in sales, and that somehow you came along. Tell the story about how that transition happened. Like you just showed up at ClickFunnels one day and went, hey, you guys are really screwing it all up.
Not totally, but kind of what happened. So that I was living in Utah, and I was working on a sales floor, and there was another guy that was there working with Russell Brunson, and he had found and hired my brother and said, hey, we need to do high ticket stuff. We got to figure it out because there's money there. We don't know how. And they're all just kind of just shooting from the hip. The one guy had been on, I call him sales floor for like just a little while, like a few weeks. And they said, hey, why don't you come up and help us out and train us and work with us on it. And they had, they'd gone up there and had been, I think 3 months, and they hadn't sold any high ticket programs or anything at all like that. And then I went up, and the thing too, that I always feel funny, Ken, when I say, oh, it was me that made all the difference. And, but really what it was is it's really just people having a little bit of confidence and a little bit of energy, and realizing and understanding that, hey, if I jump in and I try something and I'm not afraid to ask for the sale, I'm not afraid to ask for the close, that I can get in and I can do I can do this and I can handle it. And so we went in, we did a little bit of training, some script training and how to do it. And these two people that hadn't sold anything for 3 months, and Russell was just about ready to close down doing any high ticket stuff. Went in on a Friday, trained them on that Friday. They came back in on Saturday and did like $35,000 in sales. And I'm sitting there and thinking, man,
wow,
I didn't charge Russell enough.
Because did it start as like a consulting gig then?
Yeah, it was we got to know each other and we just working on some things. So it just transformed over time. And I mean, over the last 13 years, Russell and I and our families have just become really, really good friends. I was actually hanging out with him and his kids this morning, doing some stuff together. And so it's just, we've just become really good friends. My daughter is 16 and she's really good friends with Dallin and Bowen, which they're 15, almost 16, Russell's twin boys.
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't know too, that Russell Brunson, he's the founder of ClickFunnels, that just awesome guy. And so
dude, he's a genius. I mean, he really, it's okay. So can I be transparent with you?
Yeah.
We're going to do this live on the air.
Let's talk, man.
If Russell's watches this, he might get a chuckle. So I was at the 10X growth conference in Miami, and I was up in one of the private suites, and I'm sitting there. I had clients that I've done websites for all around me, and Russell says, "Hey, who has a website?" And a bunch of people, something, I'm going to butcher what he did, but and a bunch of people, right? He goes, "I have really bad news for you." And I was like, I'm thinking, what's this dude doing? I'd never heard of him or met. Websites are dead. And I was like, who is this guy? What the heck? Everybody put your fingers in your ears right now and go, dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies. La, 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 la. I can't hear. Like, no, dude, stop right now. So anyway, yeah, that was my first impression of Russell. I literally walked out. I couldn't listen to the rest of the talk. And
he killed all your business. He killed all your business saying websites are dead.
Dude, I was very distraught about it. I was not happy. But then I met and Russell has a similar story. He says, and then I met Robbie Summers. And so then I met Robbie Summers, and I got to tell you, man, he's a genius. Like, the guy is literally a genius.
Ken, he really is. And sometimes, when you're around people all the time, that you just feel like that they're hey, just one of the guys, one of your buddies, and
yeah,
and there's times that's what he is, but then when you sit down and you listen to him talk about marketing and building businesses online and why and how they work,
yeah,
like I have to remind myself, like, holy cow, this guy he really is. There's something different and totally special about him, and it's amazing what he does and what he knows. And Ken, it's amazing the number of people that he's helped. And for everybody who's sitting here and they're like, websites are dead. Well, a ClickFunnel, a funnel, is a website that actually makes money. It funnels people where to go and helps you. And so instead of you having people jump on your site and jump off, it helps you to actually get people online and purchase your goods, your products, your services, whatever it is. That's what a funnel does. Is it pushes you through that process. Ken, one of my favorite things, one of the guys that I used to work with would always say, "Hey guys, we all came to Earth here we're all born with a cord. We all came with an umbilical cord, right?"
Yep.
We're all still looking where to plug that cord in, and that really the thing is if somebody in my marketing's been done right, and I can help somebody and walk them through the process to give them more value, it's my responsibility to, and that's what a funnel does. Is it funnels them to the ability to have the most services, the most help possible, to help out your clients with whatever it is that you're doing.
I think that, and I, one of the most brilliant things, and you can probably explain it just as well, but one of the most brilliant things I heard him say is, a confused mind will not buy. And anybody that has a website, unless it's like, hey, this is our family history website. If you have a website, that means you're one of two things. You're in business or you're in sales. Which if you're in business, you're both. So like, the purpose of being in business or sales is to make money. I mean, that's one of the main purposes, right? Like
100% is that you want to be profitable. You want to make money. And and the other thing, Ken, I always hear this, people is what I have really worth value? And the answer is yes, it is what you have, that if you got a good product that you're working on or information, yes, there's value behind it because it takes time, energy, and money to learn the things that you learn.
Yeah. Yep, it does, man. So talk about go back to when you first got started. So the guys did about 35 grand the day after you trained them, which is phenomenal. And they hadn't sold anything in months.
No,
Nothing.
it had been about 3 months, and they jumped on and had a $25,000 sale, $1,000 sale, and I think 2 $5,000 sales after going from nothing at all. And Russell basically saying, "Hey, we'll kick some money over to Robbie. If this doesn't work, we're just going to shut down anything that's high ticket. We're just going to get rid of it. We're going to focus on selling, lower priced information products." And this is pre ClickFunnels, just so everybody understands. I mean, this is, this is a long time ago, and
wow,
and so it was just, hey, let's, and then over time, it just developed into more and more, and we just worked together, and it's just evolved into what we're doing now every day.
So what was back then, and that was how long ago?
2008. My wife was pregnant with my youngest daughter when we moved from from Utah to Idaho. Back wow. We lived in Utah, and I moved back to Idaho, so I got to come home, and so it's been a while.
So but when is that, when you came on to ClickFunnels full time?
Yeah, it was right after that. Hey, let's get Robbie up here and let's do some things, and so it was just part of what happened. It was pretty amazing ride and pretty incredible. And I was excited because I got to go and work with somebody and I didn't know a ton about Russell, but I knew his products were good. I knew he had a good thing going. And I was excited that I could basically move back home and have a great place to work and a great product to sell and work with Russell. It was pretty amazing.
So, did you come right in as the VP of sales?
No, it was something there was a couple of other people. It's just been over just over the years, and just something that growing, and I came in on a absolutely on a management consulting role, but it was something that Russell saw what happened and how can we do this, and made it worthwhile to get up here and to be working here with him and the team up here. It's awesome.
So let me ask you this. What do you think, in your opinion, what do you think is holding people back in life from two things? Number one, financial success, and number two, which I think they're related. So financial success, and number two, happiness, real happiness.
Gosh, well, that's a loaded question. Ken, on financial success, and the problem here is I think everybody's idea of financial success is a little bit different. Yeah. I mean, for my parents, that everything's paid off and they've got money coming in every month, and they wouldn't by any means say they're wealthy, but they're happy, and they feel like they've been successful, and I feel like they have as well. And so I think it's a little different for everybody, but I think the number one thing that holds people back from success, just in general, is taking massive action. And so let me give you a couple of examples. We have people that want to get involved in Russell's inner circle, which we're probably going to open that back up here in the near future. We shut it down and didn't have any new applications, but so we have people that, and the price tag for it was $50,000, and people would email us or call us or talk to us and be like, Robbie or Russell, why on earth can't I get into your inner circle and be a part of it? Because I don't have the money right now. And we would look at him and we'd say, okay, are you listening to the free podcast? Well, no, I'm not listening to the free podcast. Okay. Have you read Russell's books, .com secrets, traffic secrets, expert secrets? You can get them for free. You pay for the shipping and handling, but we will give you the books for free. No, I haven't done that. That seems like a lot of work. Hey, will you do these little things along the way? And it was, hey, we've got a 108 split test book, we've got other things, and they were like, no, I'm not willing to do any of those things. I just want to jump right into your inner circle, but I don't have the money. And so it's one of those things that there is so much information out there for people to grab a hold of. I was talking to my kids, Ken, and they're like, I've got to write a report and I got to get on Google and do it. And I'm like, Wikipedia has 90% of your report done. Okay. But like, give me a break. I had to go to the library and actually get an actual encyclopedia and go through it and figure things out. And so the information is out there. It's available for people, but you've got to get the information.
Yeah.
And then you've got to act on it. It's okay. Totally. Here's just an example. And totally off the topic of sales or ClickFunnels. But one of my hobbies, Ken, is I like woodworking, making things with my hands. I like making knives. And I was working with a church. There you go. Yeah, that pen. I made that pen for Ken.
He gave me this. This is the closer's pen. Tell him about that wood.
The wood, it's beautiful. It's called Cocobolo. It's super rare wood. It's from Mexico, Central America, and it's my closer pen. So when you sign big deals, use your closer pen.
And I love it, man. I love this pen.
Thank you. Yeah, DocuSign's kind of cutting into the closer pen business. I'm not sure I like that, but I might have to do something about that.
Right.
But you've got all this information out there that's there. It's available. And I want to learn how to make knives. I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show Forge and Fire on the History Channel.
I have, actually.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, and I have this church youth group that's like, hey, Robbie, we want to make knives like on Forge and Fire. I'm like, me too. Yeah, like I want to. I don't own an anvil or hammers or a forge, and so it's literally something that the information was out there. It cost me literally nothing to build things out, and it's like, holy cow, now I'm making knives, and then I use the knives to turn and resell and buy more tools. And so it's like this crazy thing that all the information out there in the world is there. If you want to forge knives, it's there. It's on YouTube. It's all there. If you want to be better at sales, it's there. There is so much good information out there on sales. And so I got to get the information. Yeah. And then I got to go out and build something with it. I got to do something with it. I can't just say, hey, I've got this great information. I was reading Jeffrey Gitomer's 99 and a Half Secrets, the little red book. Just last week. And one of the things that jumped out at me is he's like, hey, you should be reading for 20 minutes every day minimum. And I'm like, okay, I got that covered. I read a ton. Yeah. And then he said, you should write for 20 minutes a day. And I was like, you know what? I'm not great at that. That's really something that I should do. And something that I've started doing is just, hey, right now it's all just personal. I mean, I'm not putting it out there on a blog or anything. It's just, hey, this is for Robbie. But as you work on your writing skills, it improves your communication skills, it improves your reading skills, it improves so many different things. Yep. And so that's just part of it. And so you've got to take that action. I can't just read about it. One of the things I hate is I would go and do a training on something, and the next question that comes out of people's minds is, hey, Robbie, what books do you recommend on sales? And it's like, no, it's not books. Go and do what you just learned. Go make 15 sales, and then come back to me and say, okay, Robbie, I think I've got a pretty good handle on this. Yeah. I've had some failures. I've had some successes. I'm going to use the information you have and go out and do something with it. I'm going to take action. So there's your massive action. Yep. With the information that you have. So many people become these lifelong students, which is good, but take that action and actually apply it and to do something. And I think that's the thing with profitability, being profitable. I think that's the thing with happiness is if you're not happy in your life, study people that are happy. I mean, there's so many good things out there that you can do, that you can learn, that you can read about, all this cool stuff, and then start applying those things in your life. Like, hey, crazy thing, Ken, if I want to be happier, smile more.
Yep.
walk around a store with the biggest smile on your face. Everybody out there, try this. Okay. Walk around a store, and I don't care where it's at. And if you don't want to walk around like, a whole big like super center, Walmart or Costco, because they're too big and smiling the whole time, walk into a gas station with a gigantic smile on your face and see how much happier you are and the people around you.
Amen.
It is mind blowing. And so it's, hey, people say smile more. Okay, well, that's good. But we all know that. How many of us go out and actually practice it and do it?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm sitting here as you're talking, I'm thinking, I've said forever that instead of every 18-year-old going to college right out of high school, I think every 18-year-old needs to go out and sell something door to door, residentially, door to door. I have knocked on thousands and thousands and thousands of doors and trained salespeople to do it. And the education that comes from that is there's nothing that compares to it. Nothing. And it's not about learning how to close the deal. It's learning how to communicate and body language, look out for dogs, all of that.
Talk about an education, but it's a real life education that you're actually jumping into, and you're actually getting its amazing things that can happen by doing. If you guys have a kid who is,
hey, there's Doug Wing.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah, Doug. Spencer Meeson told me to tell you hi. Doug, a 2-year church mission at 19, same thing that I did. I went to Indiana. That's where I met Spencer Meeson, just so you know.
I told him last night. Him and I talked last night.
But it is amazing, and you send them out, and it's like, hey, no, you got go out, and knock on doors, go and street contact. And I spent a lot of time on my mission on college campuses, and you just go out and just talk to people, and you just street contact, and you talk about it. Amazing things happen. So whether you do that on a mission, or you're like, there's pest control or alarms or solar, or there's
Cutco.
Cutco is awesome. Not as good as Robbie knives, but we'll close. We'll take. But getting out there and doing that, Ken, talk about an education that you can have, and amazing things that you can learn. I would tell every 18-year-old, top to bottom, to get out there and do it. Plus, holy cow, you go out there and you sell pest control or something like that. I did that for a summer, door-to-door sales, and I made a ton of money. And it was a blast. So good things there.
So let me ask you, how many customers or users do you guys have approximately? Do you know, or is that something you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah, right now we're right at about 140,000 customers with ClickFunnels, and so it's pretty substantial, pretty large number of people. You know what?
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? 140,000. Okay, but one of the things that I love about it is that we have something called our 2 Comma Club Award. And the 2 Comma Club, if you guys look at $1 million, there's 2 commas in $1 million.
Yeah.
And so we call it our 2 Comma Club Award. And we have over 1,000 people that have earned a 2 Comma Club Award. So they've made over $1 million inside of a funnel because ClickFunnels works. And that doesn't, I mean, we talk about 1,000 of them. I'm not even talking about the people that are making $5 or $10 grand a month.
Yeah.
How many of you guys like an extra 10 grand a month coming in? Well, that's $120,000 a year. It's going to take that person 10 years to earn a 2 Comma Club Award. But I mean, you think about that, 1,000 people that have made over $1 million inside of a funnel. I think we're right at 11 or 1,200. It's a ton of them.
Wow.
And so it works inside of funnels with the people. And that's one of the reasons we've had the success that we've had, is it just what we do, it works, and we help people to be more successful.
So out of 140,000 people, you have just over 1,000 that have hit the 2 comma, that meaning they've done $1 million or more.
And that's you also you have to apply for it. We have a lot of people that just don't apply for it. And Justin's getting his 2 Comma Club award. Yeah, Justin.
Nice. Justin's a good friend of mine. I had no idea, dude. That's
yeah,
awesome.
nice. I love it.
That's awesome. And you guys talk a lot about Trey Llewellyn, and I look, and I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I didn't even know. Like, it's crazy. It's like this secret society, which listen, is amazing. It's amazing, man. But I think here's my question is this. Because look, everybody watching this or will watch it or listen to it, everybody wants $1 million. Okay. I don't care. You could be the most negatively programmed person on the planet. And if I handed you $1 million, you'd be like, thanks. I'm really much happier right now. Right. So, but what is stopping people? There's people that sign up for ClickFunnels. There's people that get in, they mess around in there. They may even do some of the, but why doesn't everybody succeed at this? What is it that stops them, dude?
Ken, it's so funny that you say that. And I think back to what Russell says, that the reason people, hey, you guys, whether it's your website, your funnel, whether it's anything else, I don't drink coffee, Doug. Ken could probably tell funny. What was that beautiful actress that we met that you introduced me to in Dallas?
Oh, Catherine.
Catherine.
Why am I drawing? Oh my gosh. Yes. Franco. Franco.
Catherine Franco. One of Ken's friends. He introduced me to her, and she's like, "What are you on? What are you? Lay off the Coke." I'm like Cola, Coca-Cola. What kind of Coke are you talking about? I'm like, I had some water this morning. I'll mix it up every once in a while with a 5 hour, but Doug, no coffee, just energy, buddy. It's water. Water is what.
That's awesome, dude. The question, why doesn't everybody succeed with ClickFunnels?
Okay. The answer there, Doug, it's real simple.
I'm Ken.
When I say Doug, Ken, I know who you are. I've never even met Doug. I just read Doug. Okay, Ken. So, Ken, the reason people aren't successful, and this is not just with ClickFunnels, any business that you have. And I don't care if you're doing zero online marketing, if you're doing physical marketing, whatever it is, the reason people aren't successful with their marketing, it's either their hook, their story, or their offer.
I've heard Russell say that, man. So give an example. Can you give one, a real life example?
Yeah. Okay. So let me give you guys an example. I get hundreds of emails every day of people saying, "Hey, Robbie, we want to talk to Russell. Robbie, we want ClickFunnels to sponsor us. Robbie, we want. Okay. I get all these. We want you to buy our software, whatever it is. Okay. To build and grow your sales team and your business. And most of those I just look at and I just delete. It's just delete. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. I had somebody who said, jump on for a call and we'll send you a free pair of Apple AirPods. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, yeah, right. It was one of those things I was thinking was just total and complete crock, right, Ken? Who's going to send me Apple AirPods? And my kids love AirPods, and like there's just a part of me that I'm just $150 for something that they're probably just going to lose because it's small and they don't fit in my ears right because I have funny ears. I don't know. I'm retarded. But anyhow, I'm like, okay, it hooked me in. And I'm like, okay, there's a hook. And because it was just like, part of it was I didn't believe that they were actually going to do it. And I jumped on a call and they sent me a pair of free Apple AirPods. And my kids are like ecstatic, the one that I gave it to, that they get a free pair. So I've got to have something with my hook that draws people in and says, I'm hooked in enough that I want to take and I want to look at the next step of your process. And so when I'm designing or putting together hooks for marketing, that I've got to, what is something that somebody's going to look at this and say, I have to click on this. There's something about it, something that appeals to me, something somewhere that I want to jump in. I want to say, I want more, and I've got to hook them in to that process. I have a lady that I'm working with right now who's a hairdresser, and she does like amazing things, and she has very high ticket clients. So some of her clients have been with her for like 15 years and have spent over $250,000 getting their hair done.
Wow.
Crazy stuff. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So she has a whole system on how to get lots of people into your salon, and how to level them up and upgrade and sell more to them. And she was like, yeah, I've got this whole system where, we bring people in, and Kate, how many people do you think you can bring into your salon? And she said, well, when I did the system and when I was doing it, I was bringing in 100 new people every single month into my salon. It's like, wow. And she was like, it was pre-COVID, all these other things.
Yeah.
And I said, so why don't we just do something that sounds really, really good? Like get 30 new clients in the next 30 days. And who out there who's a hairstylist wouldn't want 30 more clients in the next 30 days?
Right.
And so I don't care if you are like uber successful with your salon. I don't care if you're just getting out of college and don't have anybody, if you're struggling to pay booth rent. If I don't have, like, holy cow, I want 30 new clients in a month.
Wow.
So now all of a sudden, instead of just saying, get more clients, nobody get 30 new clients in 30 days. Yeah, I'm interested. There's a time frame, a number, all these things. So there's my hook.
Yep.
My story. Why do people buy? The number one reason anybody buys anything is, and really, in my opinion, the only reason is because they feel like it.
Yep.
It's an emotional thing. I've got to feel like it. I want to buy from somebody, and I've got to have a story on why people are. And so now you get into the hairdressing or into the Apple AirPods, and hey, this is where I was at. This is what happened, and I start to be in other people's shoes and situations. Okay, that now I can see myself in Ken's situation, and Ken was here before, and Ken made it out of it, and it doesn't have to be like this AA story where it's like you were living on Skid Row and now you're out, and like all the hell that you went through to get out. Yeah. But it has to be. I was fresh out of college and didn't have fresh out of beauty school. I was fresh out of doing this. I was building a business and we didn't have customers coming in. I mean, there's so many things you could do there. What's the story? What's the story behind your product? I don't know if you ever watch the show Diesel Brothers on Discovery Channel. Like it's these guys with these long beards and they jack up like big trucks and make them big and overcompensating for something. I don't know what, but something. Anyhow, so we've got, they are just like, they've got this attractive character. I like them. I'm just like, man, those are guys that I could hang out with. Like they're blowing stuff up and making stuff and building stuff. I'm like, okay, those guys are cool. Let's jump over there and hang out with them. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got to have a story. And the reason I'm attracted to them is because of their story of who they are. And it's okay to be vulnerable in your story, Ken. It's okay for people to know, hey, I've had hard times. They can relate. They can see it. You've been through ups and downs. Things have happened. Because now if I'm struggling or if I'm, just starting up the mountain or I'm halfway up the mountain or I'm on the top of the mountain, I can see, hey, he was in that same situation and I can relate. So I can feel myself there.
Right.
And then the last thing is your offer has to be super valuable. One thing that we talk about all the time is inside of the perfect webinar is that you have an offer stack is what it's called.
Yep.
And so instead of everybody thinks, hey, if I can be the lowest price on market, everybody's going to buy from me. And you guys, that's not the case. I love the fact that Doug Wing is on here because Little Giant Ladders are like so cool. hey, Little Giant ladders aren't the least expensive ladders on the planet.
They're literally double the price of other ladders.
Okay, I own two, and I love both of them.
Yeah.
And sure, I could go to Harbor Freight and buy the knockoff Little Giant ladder, or I could go and buy just a cheap one from wherever.
Right.
Okay, but because hey, the offer is there, and Costco does a fantastic job of getting offers right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Costco could put a one flashlight into a box and sell it, but you know what Costco does is, and I just did this. I just bought 3 Duracell flashlights from Costco. I don't need 3 flashlights. I needed one new flashlight, but I can go one place and it's $10 for one flashlight, or I can go to Costco and get 3 brand new flashlights with batteries and a lanyard strap and all this stuff that they package it all in together. And I'm like, hey, what am I going to do with 3 flashlights? Like, wait until one burns. Okay. Or actually I'll lose them, but that's so Costco does a fantastic job of packaging that. When you walk up and down the aisles at Costco, they've got, whether it's Legos or it's food,
right?
They package everything. So it's, let me give more value so that I can sell things at a higher price. And that's I've got to have that offer in there. And so when you go through the offer stack, don't drop your prices. Don't just lower them. Right. Get on there with people and say, no, my information is worth X amount of dollars, and I am not going to devalue my my product. But what I will do is I'll add some extra value. Hey, I'll add an extra training. I'll give you a ticket to my live event. I'll do this. I'll do that. All these, and so if I can add value to my offer, incredible things happen.
And I think that's where a lot of people, including myself, have messed up in the past. And you know, for anybody watching, you got to go to YouTube and just type in the perfect webinar. And it's Russell literally teaching. It seemed like it was almost like a podcast situation or something, but teaching the perfect webinar. And it's brilliant. I mean, absolutely. So, and I heard your alarm. Do you have to go?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
But Ken, I'm like sitting here. People are talking in the comments about Little Giant ladders, and I so want to be the pitch man for like, I mean, just think about how many things you could do and the offers and things you could add and take away.
Oh my God.
I like, it would be so, there's so many different things you could do. So when I bought my Little Giant ladder, it came with the ladder, and it came with a ladder hook, and it came with, because I bought it at Costco, and it came with the paint carrier, and it came like with a way to I am never like I use the ladder. Right. And all the other things that are with it, like I never really used, but I paid more because my perceived value was there. And the once or twice that I needed it, or you, and so have that perceived value there. Yeah. It is amazing how, what you can do and how you can charge people what you're actually worth.
I got to tell you, man, I think, and I know that you are a busy guy at your level. But I'm doing a webinar next week that you've actually given me some great input on and feedback. You looked at it and said, no, don't do that. But and my wife is so appreciative and grateful for your help too, man. You are, look, I don't know. It's maybe a chicken and egg thing. I don't know if you are the reason that ClickFunnels has exploded, or it's been a combination of everybody. But dude, you guys are, holy crap, man, what you're doing. I'm just honored and grateful to finally be woke. I'm part of the woke society now. Awesome. No, I'm not. That's but anyway, I'm so grateful for you, dude. And I think that together I'm looking forward to doing some great things with you, man.
Ken, I 100%. It's doing things together and meeting the people that we meet, and it's preparation meets opportunity is what happened.
Yeah.
And we had prepared, we were doing things, and we were doing things the right way. A lot of people don't know this. With Russell, we have a number of businesses or things that just didn't work out. It wasn't the right time, the right thing. But all those things were leading up into the preparation for where we are now.
Yeah.
And so, I hate it when people are like, fail forward. And sometimes, because the only times I ever see those is when I'm failing at something. And I'm just like, I won't punch that guy. Okay. That's what I think there. But it's not that, Ken. It really is that those things that you learn, that you grow from, are what take you to the next level. And so it was, hey, walking, everybody's gonna be like, Robbie wants to punch people, he's violent. And it's all about those failures are what lead us to our successes. We are here on earth, and none of us are destined to fail. God put us here for a reason, and our purpose is success. But that doesn't mean that I'm perfectly successful 100% of the time.
Right.
And part of that success comes from the ups and the downs, the failures and the successes, and just understanding that and pushing through them and realizing that is what makes that difference. And so it's preparation, and then the opportunity. More and more people were wanting to get online. More and more people were sitting there and they're saying, I've got to pay a web designer thousands and thousands of dollars to design a website, and I don't have that, but I've got a product or a service or a nonprofit or something that I want to help people out with.
Yeah.
And all that ClickFunnels does is it gives them a way and an opportunity to do that. And a way and an opportunity to be very, very successful with what it is that they're doing. And so it is something that somebody can come in and they can learn. And that doesn't mean that it's, hey, you open up ClickFunnels and day one, you're a funnel expert. There's a process and there's a learning curve, but it's a learning curve that a guy can get through in an hour a day for 20 days.
Yep.
So I mean, you look at that and you say, hey, what's 20 hours worth of a web developer or something like that? What's that worth? Is me learning how to do that worth the amount of time that would take for somebody else to do it, and then consistently being able to do it? And so you weigh that out, but it gives people the opportunity to jump in and to get their message out to the whole world.
I gotta say, first off, Justin Benton's right. Last night I worked until around 12:30 a.m. And I got up from my desk and I'm like, okay, I need to just chill for a minute, wind down, and go to bed. So I walked out to the family room. I sit down, I flip on YouTube on my TV, and I pulled this up. This popped up as a recommended video. So I started, it's an hour and a half or an hour and something. And I'm like, okay, let's just see what he's talking about here. Cause I wasn't at that 10X Growth Con, and holy smokes, man, I couldn't stop watching it. So at 2:15, I'm like, okay, I got to interview Robbie in the morning. Let's go to bed, dude. Jeez. So, there's some, and to your point, man, like you've got to, my book, my desk, there are stacks of books next to me. I have 4 bookshelves in here. I need more because I'm out of space, but like you've got to invest in yourself. You got to, and that doesn't mean necessarily taking the money out of your pocket, although that's going to microwave the process for you much faster if you will invest hard cash into your success. You got to invest in your success, but also invest the time. Buying the course, buying the book, and not doing the work is not going to get you there. So I love everything you're talking about, brother.
Ken, Russ, one thing Russ says, people who pay attention.
Yes.
And I've kind of got a little bit of a, people are like, hey, let me send you a book. I've got a book. Guys, Mark Victor Hansen, Ken introduced me to him and said, Robbie, you got to read the book, Ask. And can I send you a copy? I said, well, you can send me a signed copy. That's fine, because I'm not going to read a signed copy because I like to keep them nice. Yeah. But I'm going to buy my own copy of it. And because now, which sounds funny because it was like $17 on Amazon, something like that. I have put a price tag on this. It's worth something to me. And not only is there value because it came from Mark Victor Hansen and his wife, but because I've invested in it as well. It's not going to sit there. I'm going to read the book and I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow from it so I can apply those things into my life.
Yes.
Those who pay attention. If somebody's just giving you something for free, what's it worth to them?
Yeah, nothing. Zero.
It's not worth anything to you. Everybody's like, hey, I want a free lunch. And no, you don't. There's no value to that at all. And sure, will I go get it? Will I go get a free lunch? Sure, but it doesn't do anything to change me. It doesn't make me any better. I had to show up. Invest in yourself monetarily and in time. It drives my wife crazy. She stopped figuring it out. But the amount of money that I've spent on books and courses, crazy. How much I've spent on that, and I don't regret any of it.
Dude, Robbie, this has been absolutely phenomenal, man. You are, and it's amazing how quickly you can become like really good friends with somebody. And you and I feel like we've become, I was going to ask you, do you regret giving me your cell phone number yet?
Ken, you know what? Not even for a second. Right. And it's, I know people who are super worried and scared about doing that. And, it really is that if I want to help people, somebody's got to have access to you got to be able to have access. And there's obviously, there's only so much of one person to go around. And so that you've got to monitor things and you've got to, but I'm a firm believer that if I can't communicate and I can't talk with people, I can't help you out. And sometimes it might mean, hey, I'm shooting you an email and I'm saying, go and watch this course or do this. And Ken, there's been times when you've texted me and I said, go check with them first. And because sometimes we got to manage our time, but at the same time, if people don't have the ability to get in contact with you, how can you help somebody out?
I totally agree, man. Totally agree. Last question. You ready?
Let's go. Already.
You and Russell. Yeah, already. We've been on here an hour and 3 minutes. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. But let's
we can stay all day. I'm good. No, I have an appointment here in a little bit. But hey, you and Russell, right? Head-to-head wrestling match. Who wins?
Oh, me every time. every time. I wouldn't have it any other way, Ken. Can I tell you a funny story about wrestling with Russell?
Yeah.
So I hope that I don't sound like I'm bragging, but I've it's a good story. So we were doing a mastermind, and it was in Las Vegas, and outside of Las Vegas, there's this resort, and it's called Pirates Cove. And Pirates Cove is like literally, I felt like I walked into Pirates of the Caribbean. The ride, it's some guy just decked it out with all the stuff. It's pirates all over, and it's cool. It's amazing. Anyhow, so we go there, and there's a pool up there, and Russell and another guy and I were in the pool, and we're wrestling, and I picked Russell up and threw him up out of the water with one hand all the way out of the water. And Russell said, Robbie, I've never, out of all the guys I've wrestled, I've never ever been manhandled like that. and so there's my one claim to fame about wrestling. We in another one of the offices we had, Russell would hide behind hide behind like a filing cabinet or a door or something and jump out and jump on me and wrestle. And so, but now he just wrestles my son and helps my son out. So it's good stuff.
Your son's a little fella, isn't he?
He's 6'4", 270. He's going to play college football next year in Santa Barbara. And
that's insane, man. He's huge.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures of you and your son together, and I'm like, dude, how do you even correct him?
He's a good boy. That's how he's.
Wow.
And he's scared of his mother.
That's so funny, dude.
Oh,
listen, man, I don't want to keep you all day. You've been so gracious with your time. Thank you for coming on. And look, I guess I'm an affiliate for ClickFunnels now. I have no idea how to give you a referral link, but if you want to check out ClickFunnels,
hey Ken, I'll make sure that you've got your right affiliate link, because you should definitely get have people. If you guys aren't using ClickFunnels, I'll make sure he has his affiliate link today. But go in and sign up for. Listen, go and sign up for a free trial. It's 14 days. If you invest into yourself and into our we call it our one funnel away challenge, it's $100. If you go and do that, we'll even do some things, and we'll instead of 14 days, we'll give you 30 days, because you're going to get the training on how to use it right. It's pretty incredible what happens and how it all works, how it all comes together. Please jump in. And the purpose behind ClickFunnels, Russell's mission, Russell's goal in life is to help entrepreneurs to become more successful. He feels that God has called him to that, and he's got the ability to do that. And so he's out there, and that's what he's doing. There are some amazing things in there. And you know what, even if you jump in and you say, hey, ClickFunnels isn't for me, and you cancel before the 14 or the 30 days, if you take advantage of the things that are there inside of ClickFunnels, there is a massive amount of knowledge, of wealth. It's unbelievable how much help that is there to help you to build and grow your business. It
truly is, man. Just it's unbelievable. What's the first training module in the Funnel Flicks? What's that? It says start here. That's
well, you've got your funnel hacker secret.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So,
dude, it's crazy good. It's insane.
Perfect, guys. Jump in that. Ken, they're asking, do you have your one funnel away link? The affiliate link?
When we get off of here, I'll share my screen with you, and you can show me where that is. How about that?
We'll get everybody. We'll get everybody the links and get people set up and helping you. And
I guess we should have thought through this, huh?
Yeah. Hey, we're doing it live. Ken. You know what's cool about this is that so many people think that, holy cow, if I get on and I do a webinar, if I do a live, if I do a speech, whatever it is, if I build a product, it has to be absolutely perfect. It doesn't. And sometimes it means that you got to come back and you've got to say, hey, everybody, here's my affiliate link, or hey, I forgot to put this in there, or whatever it is. You guys taking massive action is what creates success. Get out there, take the action. And maybe the first time you do it, the first funnel doesn't work, but the next one does, and you learn the things from the first one, and so on and so forth. And it just builds and it grows. It's amazing how things can come together for you.
Dude, you're a rock star. I'm gonna have you come into my mastermind and I'm gonna have you do the whole, if you will, do the 90-minute, what you did on stage in Dallas, whatever you call that.
Heck yeah.
I know it's the perfect webinar, but yeah, crazy.
It is. Look at what people are doing that are successful, and just model what they're doing. Amazing things will happen for you.
Yeah. You rock, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here.
Thanks, guys. It's good to meet everybody. Please, if we can help you out at all, let me know how we can help you. And thank you for your time today, guys. Awesome.
Where's the best place to follow you, by the way?
I'm on Facebook, but it's a personal and business Facebook page. Follow me there. You guys also can. I'm fine with you guys, my email, it's Robbie, ROBBIE at ClickFunnels.com. If you guys have a question, you guys need help with something, please email me and just say, hey, I was on the live with Ken. Please let me know how I can help you guys out. If we don't know where people need help, it's impossible for us to help them out. And so what can we do? How can we help you? And what can we build?
Dude, right there it is. I didn't know you were going to give that out, but there it is. Robbie is very responsive too. So
Ken, if you don't communicate with me, I can't talk. I can't help you.
It's amazing, dude. You rock. Don't hang up on me. I'm going to end this though. Thank you all for watching. Make sure if you have any questions, email Robbie. If you want to get involved with ClickFunnels, I will get you an affiliate link. Robbie's going to show me how to do that right now. So it's awesome. We're using it. I'm excited. This is amazing. So Robbie, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys later.